Hi, Mike Smith here with the third video in our series that I call the 6 rules I've discovered working with clients over the last 30 years. And this is rule number 3, and it is have a contingency. Now, rule number 2, we talked about budget, and we were just saying high and low end of your budget. Now we're gonna dissect that budget a little bit because like I told you in the previous video, there will come a time where what you have in your head or what is on the plans will be over your budget. And you're going to work to get it down to that budget. However, you're not going to work down all the way spending every single penny. You're going to actually be below that, or at least I would advocate that you need to be below that. You need to have a contingency fund that allows you to sleep at night when problems or challenges or surprises happen on a job site. And they do. You have a remodel, and the older the home, the more likely that surprise will happen. When you're doing a remodel or addition, we are making assumptions because we're not ripping things off the wall as we're going through the design phase, because who knows how long that design phase may take in the working drawings, and we don't want the house open. That's uncomfortable for the homeowner and usually not needed. But if you have, with that assumption, there comes some hidden things. Things are done in the wall that maybe aren't typical for today's building environment, but 50, 60 years ago, they were. Type of wiring. I've seen knob and tube. I've seen aluminum. We use coax cable or Romex copper for electrical. So usually you can see that in the outlet, but I've gone into remodels where you've looked at the outlet and it was copper, and then when you open up the wall, that copper only went back to a junction box in the wall because the previous homeowner didn't want to replace all the copper or all the aluminum or knob and tube wiring. So things do happen and they do cost money. And if you have spent all of your budget, you're going to be agonizing over that change, over that surprise, and it's going to keep you up at night. But if you have a contingency built in, and I recommend 5 to 10% of your construction costs, when those things come up, you discuss them, you work out the solution for the challenge, and you issue a change order and you move on. You're not agonizing over it because you've already planned for it. Now, what happens if you go through the project and you don't use a contingency? Well, now you got a slush fund to do some upgrades that maybe you wouldn't have had, and that's a great thing. I've had that happen a couple times, and it certainly is a lot more fun spending money that you thought was going to be gone at the end of the project instead of scraping to find money to pay for things that you didn't have in the budget. So rule number 3 is always have a contingency built into your budget, and it should be in the neighborhood of 5 to 10%. So I hope that is helpful to you, and I'll see you on rule number 4. Thanks for watching.